one of the most disturbing, one of the most upsetting topics in any gacha game, but especially in Era of Chaos, is the toxicity of the winner takes all mentality. If you work in an organization, let it be any organization, you know for a fact that sometimes for performance evaluation there are quotas, there are slots. And also for promotions. You can say that, let's say, I'm gonna promote at most 10% of the workforce, the rest have to wait. And then you will have to decide between two people who got, let's say, on a scorecard, one of them got like 78 points, the other one got 77.5. But the 77.5 was just outside that 10% quota. So even though the performance of the other person is like almost the same as the performance of the top one, based on a scorecard which is subjective, so it might happen that with different factors the other person would have been promoted, right? This is unfair. The same unfairness happens in Era of Chaos, because this game is meant to be played by hoarding a lot of stuff. Your inventory is supposed to be crazily packed, jam-packed with things that we'll use in the future. This was a free-to-play account for really long. I don't have many resources at all, but I do have some things. Okay, well, SSR I could make use of it. Star Souls I could make use of it. These things, I'm just waiting for events that are good enough. I'm not sure if I'll collect the 700 something, so that when you have treasure hunt permit, like massive treasure hunt and the treasure hunt event combined, I might wait for it. Same thing with the divination vouchers. But I cannot have contracts on this account, that's a problem. So hoarding. I'm hoarding this because of Vidomina sometime in November. I'm expecting it to come around November. So I'll continue hoarding and I'll continue adding prestigious chests. I have 6 of these artifacts. I haven't made use of them because I'm hoarding them for the next Vidomina. I have 4 legendary hero armors. I haven't made use of them because I'm waiting for the next Vidomina event where I can make like another 10 out of them. You see? And all this while I was in competition with others on the server. And you'll understand why this game is toxic to the core when it comes to internal competition on the server. Because you either completely take away the motivation of your opponents to attack you ever, or you face with a lose-lose situation that both you and the other player will lose in the long run. In fact, you're just delivering a service to the other player when you send them a message that, listen, you have tried, you have failed multiple times, it won't work. No matter what you do, I have the antidote. I don't want to get to the antidote because I would prefer hoarding that antidote, but if you attack me, rest assured the answer will come. This is the message that you always need to send, not directly by typing, but with your actions. That's the difference between implicit influence and explicit influence. Explicit influence is when you're bragging about yourself. Oh, I'm so strong, and if you do this, you will get the consequence, whatever. It's not believable. That's a problem. Because the other player will continuously test you when they think that they have what it takes. And you know what? We have learned from most wars in the world that wars happen because both sides overestimate their potential. Unfortunately, this is the case. And if you both overestimate your potential, you start on a resource spending war, and then you start spending these resources, and when Vidomina comes, it's gonna be empty. When this event comes, it's gonna be empty. You don't want to get there. Then, oh yeah, stalls, I don't mind. Oh, actually, I have some chests. So I have like 12 chests, 12 artifact chests, and I haven't even gotten like I will get 3 more chests this week, by the way. This H chest. 3 more H chests just this week. Just think about it. I will have 9. And once again, this is not a pay to win account. I have like I've purchased 2 $1 rock paper scissors things, and one time an Astro contract. That's it. That's all I have purchased. And I'm not expecting more. I will tell you why I recommend at least VIP 3, because without that you're doomed. So, Deluxe Artifact Chest is very much like the prestigious H, with the exception that you cannot get 3 Ring of Negations in there. So Deluxe is actually, the old Deluxe is worse than this one. So I have 3 options to get Divine Gear or Hero Armor. So 7 in total, but with the 3 extra that I'm gonna get, I will have 10 in total. Plus I have the 4 Hero Armor, so I'm hoarding more than what I would need to hoard. But I will have the optionality of converting them to other artifacts if needed, so I'm fine with that. And I have 5 of the old prestigious artifacts. This is what I'm using up, by the way. I make cornucopias out of them. Or for the event, I can make like 6 of these from Apple of Eden. I can convert them to Ultimate Armor, I think. Not sure, is Ultimate Armor in there? Yeah, Ultimate Armor. I can convert them to Ultimate Armor. Whatever is like passive, I can convert them. Sword of Frost, anything. So I have like 12 plus 3, 15 by the end of this week. I will have like 15 of these artifact chests. And if I get attacked, I might choose to make use of them by later getting them back. Or I might choose to not react and let the other player take my diamonds. I usually don't let other players take my diamonds unless I have a very good reason to do so. So you see, I've been hoarding all these things. And plus these only for the events, obviously. Plus these just in case I didn't have all the heroes, or at least one of the hero for the Azure Dragon. That's kind of important. Plus Covenants, I've been hoarding this. I haven't pulled any Covenants for a long time, I just don't have a good use case for it. I've been hoarding. I always have 200 Eternity Adamant stashed. So I have all these things, 6 invoice. I think I used up all my cornucopias lately. But 6 invoice. And this is when you see that you have to manage your current artifact sets. And this is my current artifacts because, you know, Mask comes. I have like 3 here, 2 here, so I just need 4 Mask components. During the next artifact event, I might even be able to pull those 4. And I can still pull 1, I think, this week, later this week. Maybe I can do it right now. Let's see, how much do I need? So you see, these are the things. Where is it? Champion, Diamond, Astrologer Week. So I've pulled 359, I need to pull 420, so I need like 61 left. 61 is left, and 92. I might have to overpull by 30 this time by the end of the week. I'm not gonna do this, I will have to pull this on Sunday, because then I have to pull 5 artifacts. Because I don't want to pull other artifacts instead. I want to pull this one. Next week I will have to see what is going on, but I don't know it yet. So these are the things. And because you have to hoard by default, just imagine how much stronger I could be if I used up all those artifact chests. Let's make a thought experiment in that. Just a thought experiment. I'm quite certain that with those 4 legendary hero armor chests, well, I would have like 4, but I have like, by the end of the week I will have 10 extra chests, so I will use, let's say, 6 of these chests to do hero armor plus 4. This is also already an improvement. I'm fighting against players with hero armor plus 4. With Divine Gear, it's actually 5, so I'm getting nearer to plus 6, but it's still quite far anyway, so it's still a bit far. Okay, so 3 and like 5 times 2. But anyway, I can get it up either Divine Gear or Hero Armor by 1, at least. I can get Cornucopia up at least by 1, and my target is level 8 in here. I can get this to plus 2 straight away, which gives me some extra, I think, water elemental attack. Let's increase radiant and damage reflection of friendly units by 10% each, and decreases the duration of debuffs inflicted on them by 20%. Not a bad thing. I could get it right now. Envoy, it's just some passive whatever extra stats, nothing special. Illusory traces, I don't need it, but I could get it to +3 right now. I could get Apple of Eden to +2 if I wanted to. Unit damage reduction is gonna be increased. And for level 2, purify units and gain additional 15% unit damage reduction and defense each for 10 seconds. It's better than nothing. Like for 10 seconds, it's not bad. So I could get multiple artifacts, and this is a deciding factor. I could get like hero armor, divine gear, whatever. And then I could use that to advance in the arena at the expense of others who are hoarding. Now, there is one specific thing that unfortunately the same thing happened, not this week but on the other weeks, when you have this game mode called Lucky Snatch, or I call it Lucky Scam. Because back in the days there was no Generation 3.5 hero available for free. It was introduced by this summer event, the stupid summer event where the only objective is that you go here and get this 3.5 generation token box, 40 of them to be exact, and this gives you 2 heroes. Before that, the only way to get it was Lucky Snatch. And on this specific server, there was an agreement between the players that, listen, you can get the hero if you really want to. We don't advise it to, because it will cost you much more, most likely, than what is worth it. It is a bad deal, but if you take it, take it. You can enjoy it in PvE, player versus environment. But please don't take resources away from your guildmates just because you did a bad deal and you want to recoup it at the expense of other players. And this is the thing. The reason why Era of Chaos is toxic to the core when it comes to competition is that there are a lot of in-server competition modes. One is Arena. Your rewards, let's see, they are determined in the rules, you see. Rewards 5, 430, 380, 340. It's really steep at the top. The difference between second and fourth is 90 diamonds a day, plus this, well, this doesn't matter the right hand side, but it's 90 diamonds a day. Between first and second, it's 70 diamonds a day. Between first and fourth, it's 160 diamonds a day. So if you're fourth right now, but with your new hero you could get first place, it will mean 160 diamonds just a day. Just a day, every single day. Just think about it. 160 diamonds a day. And then in Endless Inferno, you can get a lot more. Because Endless Inferno also has a top list. Similarly. So leaderboard rules, it's rules. Read the rules, always. Between first and second, on the server, just on the server, there is 1,500 difference. And then it's less steep. You want to be first, no doubt about that. And then second, third, and fourth to 10th, it's less steep. I can live with 5,250 instead of 6,000. But you want to maximize this one as well. You get this twice a week. And you know, with the changes of the Emblem Store, what this means, you will get less cast stones and you will be able to play in the Emblems event less. In fact, you'll have to spend more diamonds. This is bad. Glory Arena. You need to upscale your weapons. So sure enough, if you check out the, not the report, the... Oh, I'm beating the guy. That's crazy. I didn't think about it. Because he was like, he had all those heroes from before, like purchased, and now his tech is getting devalued, so he either purchases the new generation heroes or he just coasts with his current strength. But he has been beaten by lower generation heroes before. Anyway, this is a top list. It's a bit less steep, but it's also something important to do. So you see, there is a top list everywhere. One thing where there is no top list is this Battle of Unions. Because if you read the rules, once again, this time it's here, it's bad UX because it's inconsistent. Sometimes you need to click on the eye, sometimes you have a rules icon. But anyway, these are the rules, but the top list Is it rewards? Yeah, these are cross-server, so these are zone rewards, zone-based rewards. So here you're not taking away anything from your server mates. So these are zone-based. And this means that whenever you have ranking, for example on current server, it just doesn't matter where you are with respect to your peers. Duel of Champions, it's heavily near the top. And this is why I chose the VIP 3 lifestyle. Because the only way to get a chance for the top 3 is that if you have a VIP 3 option, then you can play 6 times a day. With a VIP 0 you play 3 times, VIP 1 4 times, VIP 2 5 times, VIP 3 6 times. So this is actually a pay-to-win feature. You have to spend at least $10 equivalent of stuff, 600 diamond equivalent on the game, in total, which is not that much, to unlock this and compete to the top. Because if you check out the rewards, you can win multiple things. So ranked, you get it anyway. So first of all, you won't be able to unlock the 3500 rank. And with that, so this one, you won't get a universal hero token, you won't get this 5000 currency plus the extras if you don't play. Because as a VIP 3 or no, VIP 1 or 0, you won't ever reach this. And for the season, you need to be in the top 3 to earn more universal hero tokens. And with new heroes, you need this. With new heroes, you also need spell scrolls, you also need the diamonds, obviously. So you don't want to be 4th, you want to be in the top 3. And to be able to get to the top 3, my only chance was that I got to a VIP 3. After 1.5 years, maybe it's time. So you see, because if you don't, then you let your opponents have it. And if your opponent has something, then you don't have it and it's double bad. Now, I'm not giving any favors away on my main server, and this is my second main server actually, but I have also family playing here. So the thing is the following. If you don't pay attention to some of these things that the order needs to be frozen, and you need to hoard enough stuff, which I am doing evidently, but I'm not confident with this level of hoarding. I would prefer a lot more, by the way. And I would like to hoard a lot more diamonds. I would like to see my diamond count to be like 100 to 200,000 at any point in time. Why? Because the game is deflationary and new tech in the future will be worth more than what is available right now. I would like to get a healthy stash of 200,000 diamonds. I cannot afford it right now because of external competition. And this hurts my future progress, my future chances. So, what we're talking about is deterrence in this case. If you have an arena packing order, I'm not gonna attack Michael Knight / Marcus. Korlagon is not gonna attack me. So, we have this set up. We were discussing the order. If the order changes, it is an agreement between us. We discuss it up front in the arena. Otherwise, the order is logged in the top 3 positions. Now, we're getting competition from the outside, from the 4th place player. But the 4th place player, Zeldris, is not hoarding as much as we do at the moment. He may change his strategy. We would love him to change the strategy because it would be a win-win. But he chose to get the hero early. He spent a hell lot of diamonds on getting the hero like a few weeks before it was free. And then he started challenging for 1st place after a while. Despite, obviously, that we need this like straight. We're basically clear that we don't want to take away from each other. And this is when it becomes really interesting. And I'm quite pragmatic normally with basically everything in the game. So suppose that you spend 10,000 diamonds on getting something that others will get for free in the future. And you're getting it because you cannot wait basically you lost the marshmallow test. You know, marshmallow test, you give a child a marshmallow, and if that marshmallow is there in 2 hours, then they are gonna get like 2 marshmallows. If they eat it, then that was the test. Most people eat it. A few can wait. And we all chose to wait on purpose. Now, suppose that you have like my minus 10,000 diamonds on new hero. And you know it is a bad deal. You know for a fact. So you might as well recoup, let's say, 2,000 diamonds taken from guildmates. And you're not getting anything. Well, okay, maybe you get, let's say, 1,000 diamonds. I'm really optimistic. From outside. How do you get it from the outside? For example, you advance in Endless Inferno. And you get more of those star souls because you reach the higher level. And every day you get more. But you also take some away from your opponents because instead of second, you're now first. Suppose that you take 2,000 from your guildmate. So this is still, imagine that these 2,000 and 1,000 are for like 2 weeks straight. Then your net loss is 7,000. This is the net loss, right? But your guildmates are netting minus 2,000. So you lost 7,000, they lost 2,000. So you're effectively cross-financing to recoup some of your losses with other people who did the right thing. They have to pay because of your mistake. Okay, this is the idea. This is why you need to identify how you can cooperate with other players in the guild or in the game. Okay, this is where you need to identify these things. Because you want to look for win-win situations, not lose-lose. There are also win-win situations. This is a clear lose-lose situation. You lose, your guildmates lose. Everyone loses. And let's see what win-wins there are. The easiest win-win is when you join the strongest guild. No one is gonna attack you in here because everyone is in the strongest guild. During the weekends, you get a chance to earn 4x of your current earnings in Dragon Utopia, 4 times. If you are in a different guild, you just earn twice if the strongest guild chooses not to attack you. And you know what? This is when the next thing comes. That sometimes the strongest guild will have to attack the competition because of the competition is competing for arena positions, for example, by playing the game. They say they play the game. I'm just playing the game. I want to challenge, I want to compete. But then you're taking away resources from us. And if you do so, in that case, it's a win for you, but a lose for me, for example. If you, let's say, you're Samus in 5th place, you attack 2nd place and you win. Now it's quite not too believable, but suppose it happens. In that case, you will win, let's say, about 150 diamonds or so, and I will lose the same 150 diamonds. So it's a net zero. Now, if Samus chooses to spend 50,000 diamonds on becoming stronger, he attacks me and wins. He has taken that loss of 50,000 diamonds and recoups it with the 150 a day. But he also hurts his future earning ability, because if he chooses to spend some of these like precious chests like this one chest is like 9,000 diamonds worth of stuff. Sometimes 27,000 if you have like a triple thing. And imagine you put in this chest, this H chest in the Vidomina, you get 2 extra back. So this means you get 18,000 to 54,000 diamonds worth of stuff just by hoarding. Then with the artifact, same thing. So essentially a Vidomina event is well over 100,000 diamonds worth of stuff, unless you enter into a spending war and you don't have chests anymore to spend. So if you are on a spending war, what happens? You spend 100,000 diamonds worth of stuff. So artifacts, chests. Suppose like you open 10 and then you spend 90,000 diamonds worth of stuff. And so this means that you open 10 chests. Your guildmates, imagine that they retaliate and they open 5 artifact chests. So they have like 45,000. Now you get stronger, don't get me wrong. That's fine. But then once Vidomina comes, you won't be able to use these chests. So essentially it will become a 180,000 mistake for you if you get 2 artifact boxes for every 1 artifact. And for your guildmates it will become a $90,000 mistake. It's a lose-lose situation where you could get artifact chests from thin air, and no one ever has like completed all the artifact slots everywhere. You could get artifact slots from thin air, but you cannot because you went into a spending war with your guildmates. I'm just not allowing this on the server where I do this. And if I see that my opponents are going on a spending war with me, in that case, rest assured that I will start thinking about attacking them here. It doesn't cost me anything if someone else is earning diamonds too. I can let, well actually it costs me like some artifact, not artifact, what is it, this skill rank up runestones. 2 a day, I think, if I let them have 1 city. But it doesn't cost me literally anything, no diamonds. But if it comes to a spending war, rest assured I will do everything in my power to destroy the opposition, with any means necessary. And those any means necessary include bidding strategies. You know that when you have a bid, then there are strategies like double knockout, triple knockout. So this implies that I hoard even more than what I have to hoard for Vidomina. And when I get attacked, it's the Dragon Ball analogy, basically. Dragon Ball. I'm just as strong as I absolutely have to be. Not an inch stronger. If I get attacked, then this means that I have the information that the opponent has reached my power and is taking it. And if I have this information, then I can make use of this information by getting stronger and taking my position back. And my opponent attacks again. Then I improve again. This is a double knockout. Because they try, and I defend myself, they fail. They try again, I defend myself again, they fail. And they will never know where my limit is for spending. Because there are different levels of authorization for me to spend. So spend artifact boxes, diamonds, whatever else. They never know where the end lies. So this is difficult because then, would you try for a 3rd time? Well, be my guest, you try for a 3rd time, I get stronger, I defeat you. Or I just let you have it, and then I go, and I discuss with my guild that I attack you right here, and I attack you everywhere else. And this yields some level of deterrence, because there is a pecking order, and that pecking order is not respected in that case. And if that is not respected, it enters into a lose-lose situation, so everyone will lose. And to make sure that not everyone loses, you have to make the game less interesting, less exciting. Now, let's talk about one thing that is gonna become really dark. You know, in toxic corporations you have the same thing. Machiavellianism, which means some sort of like game playing in a sense that you act strong when you're weak, and then you act weak when you're strong. Typical Art of War type of advice, or 40 laws of power times of toxic Machiavellic advice. Because if you don't do that, just imagine that you don't want to do this, and then what happens is that your opponent takes 2,000 diamonds away from you per week. This means that you lose 2,000. So the net difference is 4,000 diamonds a week. Let's suppose that you let them compete with you, not a problem. And you still hold on to your chests. You're not gonna react, and you let them have it in like multiple game modes. Let them have fun. Let them play the game. So the net difference between you two is 4,000 diamonds. You get 2,000 diamonds less. They get 2,000 diamonds more. A week. In a month, it's 16,000 diamonds. In 12 months, it's 192,000 diamonds. But let's round it up to 200,000. Assuming that if you do good enough deals, then you get approximately 10,000 diamonds per dollar. This is $200 worth of favors that you're letting others have a year at your expense, so that they get their adrenaline, they get their, what else? Not just adrenaline, there was dopamine, yeah, dopamine. And you make them like, you feed their addiction, basically. You feed their addiction by like pretending that that they defeated you. It's just a show, because you know that you're stronger overall. But this costs you quite a lot. What can you do with the same $200? You can buy 2 heroes. The same $200. You buy 2 heroes. Well, in European Union there is VAT, unfortunately, but yeah. And then you have a competitive advantage for a year. So if you want to compete with the other player, and you don't break the will of the other player to compete for the top position, it will cost you approximately this amount, so you might as well just buy the heroes themselves and make sure that they will never be able to get those spots. So this is my end conclusion. And it seems harsh, it seems unfair, but this is what the game rules dictate you to do. Otherwise, you suck at the game. Do you want to do that? No, of course not. So this implies that your strategy has to be centered around this if you want to keep your competitive advantage. And I only take away diamonds from opponents if it's my last resort, in a way that it doesn't cost me anything that they earn some diamonds. In fact, it costs me some movement points to go there and attack them and kick them out. It costs them movement points. So this is, well, a neutral / lose-lose situation. But if the other player loses, in that case, they will become weaker. And if they don't hoard like you do, then eventually there will be a point in like 3 months, in half a year, when they won't be able to challenge you because they had so much less resources. And then you can start hoarding more. And you're just as strong as you absolutely have to be, which implies that you invest the remaining resources in future tech, not in current tech. And this widens your competitive advantage a bit further. This is how this game is meant to be played. Once godlike units are gonna come after the Divine Heralds, if you don't have enough diamonds to purchase those godlike units, you will see others maybe surpassing you. If you invested in the weapon of Final Battle Angel, for example, and it was not good enough, of course it's not good, you may be cursing yourself, because then comes the next weapon, then comes the next weapon, and you don't have enough arcane ore. So you might as well just hoard the arcane ore for a while until you get a crazy killer excellent weapon for the 3rd, 4th, 5th or 6th generation Divine Herald. And then you don't even invest those arcane ore right now. It's not because of negligence, it's not because of stupidity, it's not because of missing out on arcane ore. It's simply because this is how the game is meant to be played. Future tech is more valuable than current tech, but future tech is not tangible. So this means that you only invest in things that is currently available. So hopefully you understand the dark nature of Era of Chaos. Deflation, that stuff gets cheaper, and combined with the winner takes all of Arena, Glory Arena. I didn't even talk about Pantheon. The difference between first and second place is 1,000 diamonds worth of artifact essence. The difference between first and third place is 2,000 diamonds worth of artifact essence every second week. Of course, we want to negotiate a packing order and basically make sure that that negotiation is respected. So in this specific case, given my negotiation, I am effectively removing my hero and I place this unit here and let's see this one here. There you go. I don't even want to run the risk of winning this. And then I will be able to rethink the whole situation. So, evidently, because this is the agreement, and I hold on to this agreement. I don't want to compete in this situation because I know that in this specific case, it's his turn, and if I win, I will eventually have a greater chance of losing in the finals. So evidently with all this was pre-arranged and pre-discussed. And that's why this is my formation right now. I'm not getting any buffs, I'm not competing. And at times, I will get the favor returned to me. So based on strength, I get like, my turn is like 1 every 4 times, if we don't have external danger. So that's why basically my guild is working very much like the Ferrari team in the early 2000s in Formula 1. There was Schumacher and there was Barrichello. There was Schumacher and there was Irvine. And at the end there was also Massa in 2006, but no one remembers that. Everyone remembers when Barrichello had to let Schumacher pass on the last lap. Twice, in 2001 and in 2002. There are team orders here. The team orders ensure that we do a win-win situation, and in cross-server battles, we position ourselves well. We haven't ever lost one single battle of domains on this server. The time may come, because if we team up with a merge server, we may lose it. But we have never ever lost it. We win 90% plus of Commander duels and Kingdom Championships. 90% plus. Except for merge servers sometimes. And this is the reason. You have to play in a team, and if you're not the strongest, you know how you can become the strongest? Not by attacking directly, attacking your opponents. In 256 I'm not attacking Chubb either. You can win, and this is everyone's strategy, even against me, even against a team of 3. The only way you can win is by being silent, silently sneaking on the sideline, and hoarding more effectively to prepare for a rule change. When something shifts in the game. People call this meta, but I don't call this meta. Because meta is temporary and it keeps on shifting, and if you like go for meta, in that case the problem is gonna be that you may shine for a few weeks and that's it. But like future rules, when different things get devalued in different ways, and you hoard your diamonds, you hoard your artifact boxes, you hoard everything like a hamster. And in 1 year, in 1.5 years, that's a big marshmallow not to swallow, by the way. Sometime in the future, you will be ready to deploy, let's say 300,000 diamonds or 500,000 diamonds, 10 cumulative spending events in a row, when the price is not gonna be a mere, let's say, what is this? A mere like 50,000 diamonds chest. This time I'm expecting the 20 or 30,000 only, maybe. So you see my spending right now. It's not gonna be an H chest, but it's gonna be something else. It's gonna be something completely different, vastly different. Like a K chest, like an L chest, like an M chest. And yes, it may be a short-term mistake of not going all the way to 50,000, but this is what I took in exchange for getting the units, getting the new units that I badly needed. And unfortunately, this was spending forced on me. So this was basically that we had external threat, and I had to. Unfortunately, my goal of getting 200,000 to 500,000 diamonds, with this account it's not gonna work out. On 256 it is gonna work out. On other servers I'm not gonna play that long, so it won't work out. But on 256 I'm gonna get several 100,000 diamonds. Here I'm not gonna get that amount of diamonds, because I have a role of making sure that my guild is protected, the top 3. And the first place player is gonna excel in Dragon League. Everyone has their role. Okay, so this is the idea. Maybe you don't like this type of play, but at the same time, this is the most effective way of play. And especially if you can share the success in a sense that I can actually have a look at Michael Knight's account as well from time to time. It's actually not a bad thing. He's the #1 player, he's a Schumacher, and I'm the Barrichello in this case, with this account. On 256, I called myself Damon Hill for a reason. That was the Damon Hill type of account. When he was up against Schumacher, you know, Chubb in this case, he wasn't like that proficient in 1993 against Prost, but he continuously went ahead and he started beating Prost near the second half of the year, 4 times world champion Prost. And then he was up against like a really tough like Schumacher back in the days. No one knew how good he was. And in 1996 he made it. With my strategy I might be able to make it and get back to first position. Here, with this account, it's not gonna happen. I know it for a fact. Okay, so this is your strategy, normally. And if you want to take away just one thing, avoid lose-lose relationships. And sometimes it's better to keep your position in the arena than to fight for a position. I mean, I was 4th for about a month, I think, or at least like 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I was 3rd or 4th for about 2 months back in February, March. Simply because I couldn't afford, basically, I couldn't afford to liquidate my resources. Back then I had a hero disadvantage because Josephine was clearly worse than Septiana. And it was so clearly worse, then with my 11 weeks advantage of 256, EU 256, I couldn't beat Michael Knight 267. I couldn't beat Zeldris 267. So that was Josephine Septiana. It's not because they did a better job. I know exactly what job Michael Knight did because I can have a sneak peek into his inventory. And also the decisions, we consult on the decisions. So this implies that I know for a fact that Septiana is significantly stronger than Josephine. So for me, like spending extra resources when I'm weak, just to keep my position and be compelled to spend even more in the future, it's a no-go. So that's why I accepted 4th position temporarily, but after a while I realized that my only chance to get to 2nd place is that if here we basically make sure that Zeldris doesn't earn anything. Because otherwise, like, what's the point? What's the point? I chose to be in the strongest guild, he chose to not be in the strongest guild. It's a choice. One makes your account stronger, the other one makes your account weaker. So if someone chooses to not get about 1,000 diamonds extra per week or more, like 144 times how many? 11. So it's like 1,500, 1,600 diamonds a week, or maybe just 800 if we let him earn diamonds here. If someone chooses not to get these extra resources, but in exchange they for the purpose of taking resources away from your guild in the arena and other game modes just because you want to play the game, whatever that means, then they deserve to become weaker, because it's not teamwork. It basically makes you stronger, it makes us stronger. So everyone loses. If this happens, then it is my duty to go in the Dragon Utopia and attack the hell out of the other unit. Until they choose to join the guild, which is always open, obviously. And that has a condition that there is an arena pecking order. And that is a tough pill to swallow. If you work based on ego, pride, and you work on things based on things that, you know, adrenaline, dopamine, these types of things. Those who have a vision for the long run, like 1 year, 2 years ahead, will succeed. Those who don't will get their adrenaline, will get their dopamine, and they will fade into irrelevance once luck runs out, as Corlagon just said it. And as Michael said it. Michael Knight said it. Or previously Marcus. So that's the thing. That it's just, there is one way to play that is successful. There is another way to play that feels better, but it makes you less successful. Write it in the comments which one you want to be, and so which camp you want to belong to. It is absolutely fine to belong to the other camp, but then if we play hard against the other camp simply because it's a lose-lose relationship, and we're not interested in lose-lose relationships, then there is nothing to be upset about. And you know what to do if you want to change it, and if you want to earn more diamonds in this case. Negotiate a deal. That negotiation may even imply that if we assess the overall strength of the other player to be stronger than 4th place, maybe they get something. Maybe. But the strongest guild has a huge value. We have countless ways of getting diamonds, getting other things from thin air, from that the game gives you. You don't take it away from others. The game gives you these extra ways. And if you choose not to take it, that's also your choice. So this is the tough realization of how the game is being played. Most people don't think about these things. And this is exactly the reason why I'm not launching a frontal attack on Chubb. I could buy 2 heroes, the strongest heroes. I could buy some artifacts and we could start fighting it out. Would it make sense? Not really. It would cost me $200 at least for a game that I don't think that it's worth $200 a year subscription. Maybe it would cost me $300 because, you know, the new generation of heroes are coming right now. Maybe it would cost me like $200 to $300, and plus some more for the artifacts, so like 200 more, whatever. And the results are not obvious, because if you are attacked, maybe you want to do something about it. For example, in this specific guild, if we got attacked like this, I thought about this quite clearly. Imagine that we got attacked, that let's say there is another player in here, let's suppose Samus for instance, who has like 30 million power, not the 12.9 million. And he chose to get the next generation heroes, like 2 of them, and took 1st place. Now, Michael Knight can basically defeat half a generation higher heroes. We've seen this over and over and over again, for example in Glory Arena. So this implies that we just need to get one hero to keep the order, and then we get full control over the guild. So if anyone else is coming, they will not earn any diamonds. And it's just a matter of time. Plus we control the Utopia. It's just a matter of time until they run out of resources, that others will basically jump ahead of them by half a generation. And this has happened, if you check it out in the Glory Arena, where there are 3 teams, where essentially I was really surprised. I was checking the reports. This guy got like multiple paid heroes back in the days. And I'm still winning. Like 4 times, you see. So I'm still winning. So it's possible to make some changes with a simple VIP 3 account. This other guy is, I think, a VIP 15. So VIP 3 versus VIP 15, and he started 1 week earlier than me. Just think about that. Okay, write your opinion in the comments. You may disagree with my analysis. I'm just a stupid mathematician after all, or engineer. Okay, so I'm just an engineer who is interested in systems and who has a lot of corporate experience as well, and quite a lot of poker experience and quite a lot of game theory experience. And I understand when lose-lose relationships happen. Summary: Era of Chaos breeds toxicity by having too many within-server competitions that are winner takes all. This means that everyone wants to get those top resources, just like in poker you want to get the blinds. If there is a clash, the players clashing will both lose equity because the game gives them less resources. It's a lose-lose. The only way for a win-win relationship is negotiation and to share resources that the game gives you, and to maximize and optimize those resources that you get from an outside source. If you want to defeat an opponent who is stronger than you, you cannot out-execute them quickly because they can choose to spend a bit more resources, and then you run the risk of a lose-lose relationship. Lose-lose relationship can manifest in depleting your inventory or in depleting your real-world wallet. Both can happen at any time. Just ask about some VIP 15s who regretted spending that much on that stupid game. You know, so in a stupid game, you're not gonna spend like 5,000, 10,000. Why would you? You can buy real-world assets, right? And with this, you hopefully understand that if there is deterrence coming your way, it implies that we want to deter you from a losing situation that affects us as well. I don't want to lose diamonds, I don't want to lose equity, just because someone else wants to play the game and get their dose of dopamine. It's called addiction in another way, okay? I have longer term goals, and if I play a game, I take it quite seriously. And hopefully nothing is wrong about it. Okay, let me know what you think in the comments. See you in the next video.